Welcome to your personalized deep dive into becoming a procurement category specialist.
Oh, yeah.
You're interviewing for a role,
Absolutely.
where you can really geek out on market trends and scoring like amazing deals.
Absolutely.
We've got your back.
Yeah.
We combed through RoleCatcher's insights on this career.
Okay.
And with our expert,
Yes.
we'll help you ace this interview.
Absolutely. Let's break down what those interviewers are looking for.
Okay.
And get you prepped with some really strong answers.
Perfect. Now, the RoleCatcher guide dives into some, killer sample questions.
Yeah.
Can we jump right into those?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
It seems like every interview starts with the classic.
Right.
What experience do you have working in procurement?
Sure.
What if our listener is thinking,
Yeah.
help, I don't have a ton of, direct procurement experience yet?
It's all about transferable skills.
Okay.
Have you ever negotiated anything?
Yeah.
A project timeline with a tough professor, maybe? Or even haggled for a better price at a farmer's market?
Okay.
Those demonstrate the core skills procurement relies on.
So instead of listing every job I've ever had,
Right.
I should really focus on the experiences that show off my negotiation
Yes.
communication or problem-solving skills.
You got it.
Okay.
Quantify those achievements, too.
Okay.
Did you cut a project timeline by 10%?
Right.
Or maybe you negotiated a lower price for something?
Yeah.
Those details make a huge impact.
Those numbers really paint a picture.
They do.
Now, what about this question?
Yeah.
How do you stay up to date on industry trends?
Okay.
What are interviewers hoping to hear?
This is your chance to geek out a bit.
Okay.
The career guide mentioned industry publications.
Right.
Things like Supply Chain Dive.
Okay.
But also, don't be afraid to mention following influential people on LinkedIn or attending webinars.
Oh, interesting.
Interviewers want to see that you're genuinely interested in the field.
So, I subscribe to all the things and spend my weekends at procurement conferences. Is a good look.
It couldn't hurt.
Okay.
But seriously, showcasing genuine passion can make you stand out.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. This next question always makes me a little nervous just reading it.
Okay.
Describe your experience negotiating contracts with suppliers.
Yeah.
Help.
Story time. This is where you get to shine.
Okay.
Have a specific negotiation you're proud of, ready to go.
Okay.
Walk them through the situation, what your goals were, what strategies you used,
Right.
and most importantly, the positive outcome.
So instead of just saying,
Right.
I'm a great negotiator,
Yeah.
it's more powerful to tell a quick story with a beginning, middle, and end that shows off those skills in action.
You nailed it.
Okay.
And to make it even stronger, use numbers.
Right.
I was able to negotiate a 10% discount, or this resulted in a $10,000 saving for the company, are the types of results that will make their ears perk up.
I'm starting to see a theme here.
Yeah.
Stories and numbers are key. Yes.
Okay, this next one from the guide feels pretty relatable.
Okay.
How do you prioritize procurement tasks and manage competing deadlines?
Right.
I feel like this is a question everyone can relate to, whether you're in procurement or not.
It's all about showing you can handle the heat.
Okay.
Describe the systems you use, like a prioritization matrix or the Eisenhower method,
Right.
where you break down tasks by urgency and importance.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I actually use the Eisenhower matrix to organize my to-do list.
Nice.
It helps me stay focused on what's really important, especially when things get crazy busy.
Yes.
So many deadlines.
And that's exactly what you want to convey.
Right.
That you have a system, you're organized, and you can manage multiple priorities effectively.
Speaking of important,
Okay.
this next question from the RoleCatcher guide feels pretty crucial. How do you ensure compliance with procurement policies and procedures?
Okay.
What are some key things our listeners should keep in mind when answering this one? This question is all about integrity.
Okay.
Do your research beforehand.
Okay.
Understand the Uniform Commercial Code and the Federal Acquisition Regulation.
Those sound intense.
Yeah.
What exactly are those?
They're basically the rules of the road for procurement.
Okay.
The Uniform Commercial Code, or UCC,
Right.
lays out a framework for business transactions,
Okay.
including sales, contracts, and financing.
Okay.
The Federal Acquisition Regulation, or FR,
Right.
is more specific to government procurement
Right.
and sets guidelines for how federal agencies buy goods and services.
Okay.
You don't need to know them inside and out,
Right.
but being able to speak intelligently about their purpose shows you take compliance seriously.
Okay, that makes sense. It's about demonstrating that you understand the rules of the game and that you're not going to cut any corners.
Exactly.
Now, I'm curious, What about those times when you need to find new suppliers?
Right.
The guide mentions that as a key part of the role.
It definitely is.
Yep.
In fact, there's a very common interview question around this.
Okay.
How do you identify and select suppliers?
Okay, so walk me through this one.
Sure.
Let's say I'm interviewing for a Procurement Category Specialist role.
Okay.
How should I answer that?
Okay.
I'm all ears.
Think beyond just doing a quick Google search.
Okay.
You want to paint a picture of a thorough and strategic process.
Right.
Do you use specific databases or industry reports?
Yeah?
Maybe you have a network you rely on to get the inside scoop.
So it's about more than just finding a supplier who can do the job.
Right.
I need to demonstrate that I'm thinking strategically about who we partner with.
Exactly.
Okay.
And once you've got your potential suppliers,
Okay.
you want to talk about how you evaluate them.
Right.
This is about more than just finding the cheapest option.
Right.
It's about capacity.
Okay.
Can they handle the volume you need?
Right.
Their financials.
Uh-huh.
Are they in good standing?
Okay.
And their reputation. What are other companies saying about them?
It's really about finding the best fit for the company's needs, not just ticking boxes.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay.
Now, once you've found the right suppliers,
Right.
you need to build strong relationships with them.
Which reminds me of another question from the RoleCatcher Guide.
Okay.
Describe your experience managing supplier relationships.
Sure.
What are some key things that interviewers are hoping to hear in response to this one?
They're looking for proactive communication.
Okay.
That means regular meetings,
Okay.
performance reviews,
Right.
and addressing concerns before they spiral.
Okay.
Share an example of a time you successfully navigated a supplier issue,
Right.
maybe a delay or a quality concern,
Right.
and turned it into a positive outcome.
Stories and numbers.
Yes.
Got it.
You got it.
I also noticed that the guide mentions RoleCatcher's AI
Yes.
can be a game changer when it comes to tailoring your resume
Yes.
and practicing these interview answers.
Yeah.
How does that actually work?
It's pretty cool, actually.
Okay.
You can upload your resume,
Right.
and the AI will analyze it against the specific job description you're targeting.
Oh, wow.
It then helps you identify any gaps
Okay.
and suggests ways to rephrase your experience to highlight the things that matter most for that particular role.
It's like having a personalized resume coach.
Yeah.
What about interview prep?
Same idea.
Okay.
You can practice answering these tough questions.
Yeah.
Even record yourself
Okay.
and get AI-powered feedback on your delivery,
Wow.
clarity,
Yeah.
and even your body language.
Interesting.
It's like having a secret weapon to help you fine-tune your responses and boost your confidence.
Okay, that is seriously impressive.
Yeah.
I love how RoleCatcher combines human expertise with AI power to give you that extra edge.
It's great.
Okay, back to the interview questions.
Okay.
I'm curious about this one from the guide.
Yeah.
How do you ensure that procurement processes are efficient and effective? How can our listeners demonstrate that they are always striving to make things better?
Talk about a time you streamlined a process,
Right.
identified a bottleneck,
Uh-huh.
or implemented a new technology that improved efficiency.
I imagine having specific examples would make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Don't
Right.
just say, I'm efficient.
Right.
Instead, tell a quick story.
Okay.
Did you champion the adoption of a new software that saved everyone time?
Okay.
Did you streamline a process that used to take 5 steps down to 2?
Right.
Those examples demonstrate your ability to make a real impact.
I'm starting to feel a lot more confident just hearing these strategies.
Good.
Okay, one more question from the guide before we move on.
Okay.
How do you ensure that procurement activities are aligned with the company's goals and objectives?
This is where your research skills come in handy.
Right.
What's the company's mission?
Okay.
What are their values?
Yeah.
And what are their strategic goals?
Right.
Once you have that information, connect the dots.
Okay.
Show them you understand their priorities
Right.
and how procurement can support them.
So, if a company is really focused on sustainability,
Right.
I'd want to highlight my experience with ethical sourcing
Yes.
and my knowledge of environmentally friendly suppliers.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's all about demonstrating that you're not just going through the motions.
Right.
You're thinking strategically about how your role contributes to the bigger picture.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question from the RoleCatcher guy that I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
How do you manage risk in procurement activities?
Right.
Why is this such a critical question for procurement category specialists?
Procurement is all about managing risk.
Right.
Supply chain disruptions,
Yeah.
price fluctuations,
Right.
you name it.
Okay.
Interviewers want to know that you can anticipate those risks
Right.
and develop strategies to mitigate them.
So it's about being proactive and thinking ahead.
Exactly. A great way to answer this question is to use a structured approach.
Yeah.
You could talk about identifying potential risks,
Yeah.
then assessing their likelihood and potential impact.
Right.
From there, you can develop mitigation strategies,
Okay.
and then make sure you're monitoring those risks over time.
Having a system.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
And I imagine having a real-life example of a time you successfully navigated a risky procurement situation
Yeah.
would be a slam dunk.
100%.
Yeah.
It shows that you can handle the pressure and make sound decisions, even in the face of uncertainty.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of procurement category specialists.
It has.
I feel like I learned so much, even though I'm not the one applying for the job.
Right.
What are some key takeaways our listeners should remember as they head into their interview?
Remember, confidence is key.
Right.
You've put in the work to get to this point.
Right.
Now it's time to showcase your skills and your passion.
And don't forget about all the amazing resources RoleCatcher has available.
Yes.
Their career guides and AI-powered tools can make a world of difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
They really do have your back every step of the way.
They do.
And to our listener, remember, this deep dive was crafted just for you.
Yes.
If you have any other questions or want to explore more,
Right.
head over to RoleCatcher for personalized insights.
Yeah.
Until next time, happy learning.